Hello everyone, this is Scarzig and welcome back to another episode of Budget Hero. Today we're actually going to be focusing on Vetruvian. I actually had made a deck on my main account that was pretty effective, and I realized that it used a lot of the main crafting cards that we're going to be working with today. So this deck for sure, pound for pound, is going to be very, very strong, probably on par with Lyonar. Regarding how dramatically the change of effectiveness goes after we craft the cards that we want to get. And we did pick up a Starfire Scarab there, so that saves us a lot of trouble. Saves us a little bit of spirit. So I've spent all my gold. We're just trying to unpack some more stuff to disenchant, because we did spend a good chunk of spirit on Abyssian, actually, to get them to work properly. But Iraqi Headhunter, that'll be a really good one to disenchant. I've got some prismatics that I'm going to quickly disenchant. Let's see, Lasting Judgment. Yeah, oops, don't want to read the lore. I want to go to crafting. And let me see. Lionheart Blessing we can get rid of. Wish that was maybe a bit faster. Lasting Judgment we can get rid of. Nope, that's all for that. Anything in Songhai? Normally I do this off screen, but I sort of want to give you guys an idea of the kind of cards that I am disenchanting. Things that I know we can go without. And they usually need to be worth, you know what I mean? Like, disenchanting all these rares and stuff isn't really going to do a lot of help for us. Like the Imperial Machinist is really niche, hasn't really seen any play in a really long time. You don't have, that's not the kind of card you need to worry about suddenly coming back into the meta, in my opinion. But I think we'll disenchant the Prismatic Soul Grimoire. That's really going to put us ahead. Actually, looking at my list, I think that pretty much puts us where we need to be. So, anyway. And this is just a matter of us using very low amounts of spirit and spreading it through all 6 factions. I think the average player is only going to be focusing on maybe 1 or 2, perhaps 3 starting out. And so the amount of spirit that you'll be able to put into each individual faction is going to be much greater. If you're focusing on Lyonar, you'll be able to get those Holy Immolations. Magmar will be able to get those Mecantor War Beasts, stuff like that. Those really sick specialty cards that you want. So, going back to crafting, we want to pick up a couple more Dunecasters. Oops, yeah. Create 2 Dunecasters. We're picking up 3 copies of Pax. I love this little guy. When he, you play him, and then he dies right away because of his dying wish, he summons 2 more Dervishes for you. It's just a lot of really solid value. One of the cards that I'm running in my main deck actually is Whisper of the Sands. It's not on my main list here for Vetruvian, but picking one of these up I think is really good for the deck because it's just so strong. We're running like semi-obelisk synergy right now, and Whisper of the Sands gives you a little bit of card draw, so what the hell. It's a common card. We get to cherry pick it from Shim'Zar, and I think that's really going to push us over the edge. And yeah, I think that's everything. Oh, we need to pick up Starfire Scarabs. That's right. Alright, excelente. So we put in the Dunecasters. The packs that we created, Falcius is huge, Whisper of the Sands will be good with all the obelisks that we're setting up. The big boy deck that I'm running is actually running Allomancers, which gets you more obelisks. So I think that's what makes Whisper of the Sands a little bit better in that deck. But if you, but I think that it's good enough to get you a little bit extra burst, a little bit of extra reach. Let you draw a card. Primus Shieldmaster is pretty decent. I think that we can actually skip out on the Hailstone Golems. Put in the Starfire Scarabs, and we have room for Dancing Blades. Excellent. And so this kind of makes our curve a bit heavier, but the raw power that we get is just enormous. We've got the Saber Spine Tigers in there. I cut down to 2 because it is pretty difficult to make room. I do want to put in a 3rd Fireblaze Obelisk, so I think I'll cut a... I could cut the Whisper of the Sands. Yeah, so maybe it was a mistake to grab those. But like I said, they're common cards. So if you're focusing on Vetruvian, you'll be having a lot more Obelisk synergy. Maybe you can pick up those Alamancers if you're going to be putting the Spirit into the faction. And yeah, just go from there. Put in that 3rd Fireblaze Obelisk. And this deck is looking really solid.
Vetruvian versus Vetruvian.
So opening up with the Dunecaster is a bit bad, unfortunately. We're gonna throw away our big drops, see if we can get something else to open up with. Secretly hoping for an Ethereal Obelisk or maybe a Pyromancer to get us started here. I think that I'm actually gonna throw the Saber Spine Tiger. Because we have the Falcius, I think that we don't need to worry about ramping, but we could go into the Primus Shield Master, so I guess we'll throw it down. Yeah, so Pax. We were looking for Pax, Ethereal Obelisk, or Pyromancer to really help us out there with our opening, but unfortunately we get Dunecaster, which is kind of rough. Being able to give +2/+2 to a Dervish is really huge, actually. Lets you get a lot of really sweet trades. This deck sort of, either you get like a massive tempo opening with Pax, getting Dervishes, and then Falcius allows you to kill whatever you put your opponent through. Dang. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. So we should have kept the Saber Spine Tiger in this situation so we could take out that Pyromancer. But at any rate, we'll just put up the Primus Shield Master. Go from there. I think the best option for him might be to have this Pyromancer move down, take out the Dunecaster for free. Because even if he moves backwards, he'd have to body block with his... He can't body block with his General. So this deck is very similar, again, to the one I have on my main account. It's running Alamancers, a couple copies of Star's Fury, that kind of thing. So just a few cards that are out of our reach. But we've that deck actually doesn't have Saber Spine Tigers. So you see here, this I don't mind doing that trade, honestly. And I can even put Scion's First Wish down to buff him so that he kind of survives that trade a little better. And I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket with the Scion's Second Wish. I'm going to move the Dunecaster up here so that next turn I can walk it onto the mana tile and ramp if I need to. I really like the utility in my hand right now. Falcius to take out any big threats with my General. Scion's Second Wish to buff whatever survives, and then Entropic Decay to kill anything that might be a bit too big for me to deal with. Siphon Energy. Yeah, he's actually playing Siphon Energy after the nerf, which I didn't talk about. The Siphon Energy, dispel a minion nearby your General. It used to have infinite range, right? You could hit anything on the board, but now it needs to be near your General. So that's you're sort of being able to see it in action there, right? With the just dispelling something with Provoke so you can create some distance. But all in all, it's not really that great. And the deck that I'm running, you don't really need Dispel. You can get away without it. And putting the Windstorm Obelisk over in the corner is sort of meh. He's getting like the extra body block potential from the Iron Dervishes, but I don't truly care about that. Let me see if there is... Yeah, so I think that we'll just kill him. And then get the Fireblaze Obelisk and Scion's Second Wish set up on this Dunecaster. That way he gets into battle, gets to do its 5 damage and live. These Iron Dervishes are in position from the packs. I played it right next to the Shiro Puppy Dragon so we get that nice trade. And then go right in to block him into this corner. Once again, I'm holding on to the Entropic Decay and the Falcius to deal with whatever threats he puts up. And because the Windstorm Obelisk is up here, he's only using it to benefit from its passive. It's not in the battle where it'll actually be useful. It's forced to use 4 mana, almost his entire turn, to deal with this minion. And I'm still going to get a 3/2 Dervish to hit him in the face with next turn. It's pretty clutch that he gets to hit me in the face with that spawn. I'm probably going to have my 2 Dervishes. Instead of moving down to close in, probably just gang up on this Windstorm Obelisk for now. Yeah, I guess we'll send the Dervish. We'll hit this with Scion's First Wish. Take out that Obelisk, just to further rob his options. And we've got enough mana for the Primus Shieldmaster. One interesting thing here I'm doing is I'm summoning the Primus Shieldmaster behind, so that he can't hit it with Dancing Blades or do anything tricky like that. I could have, actually, if I put it here, would have had the same effect, right? No Dancing Blades, would have blocked a Star's Fury spawn as well. So if he plays Star's Fury, he can actually go 2/4/6 to take out the Primus Shieldmaster, but he's still blocked in this corner. Now I've got Dervishes closing in on him because that Pax went off. Getting those additional bodies and then comboing them with Fireblaze Obelisk just nets you so much good value. It's awesome. Astral Flood ain't gonna help you. Astral Flood's only good if you're literally flooding the board and use it to refill your hand. See, I can just ignore that and then just attack with everything. So what I can do is just kill here. Gets a sick body block with the rock. Then Entropic Decay. So the Dervish can come down. Do its thing. Then have this Dervish come down. Bada boom, bada bing. I even had mana for the Falcius. So then, yeah, that was just super lethal. That's the power of this deck. Once it just gets ahead, you get so many bodies on the board at once that your opponent can't keep up with them without proper AoE. Ooh, very nice. So we're slowly climbing. I haven't been playing this this account without recording, essentially, because I don't want to get too high up on the ladder. And, you know, like, I should, honestly, focus on climbing and focus on getting gold and whatnot off screen. But you see that just the money that I got from doing that gauntlet run, doing the solo challenges, and playing literally like 95% of the games on this account is part of this Budget Hero series. All those cards that I'm getting are... this is actually a pretty decent setup. Going double Ethereal Obelisk and then into Fireblaze Obelisk next turn. That's really sick. I think we'll replace the Second Wish. We'll keep the Saberspine Tiger for reach. Ooh, and a Dunecaster ties it all together. So this will be a pretty interesting game. I'm going to just go extreme Obelisk opening. But what I'm saying is that even playing pretty minimally, quite frankly, I'm still able to get enough packs and enough spirit to fuel multiple factions worth of decks. So we are going to do like this. We get our obelisks in the center of the board. They're going to give our dervishes a lot of reach. I can actually probably put the Fireblaze Obelisk, like move, ramp, play it up here, so that I still get some use out of the dervishes, but it's in a more defensive spot so I can make use of its passive a lot better. Siphon energy. It's not bad. That's just another thing that another provoke that my stuff isn't going to have to eat. So what we'll do here, we've got 3, 4, perfect. Yeah, so we'll just move like this. Put the Fireblaze Obelisk up here like I was talking about in a defensive spot. Then... I think I'll deny this mana. I can't make use of it, but... take out this Windstorm Obelisk. And now... I've got a lot of stuff on the board. Let's see what he does. He's still got the Staff of Akir, so he can one-shot the Wind Dervish, but if you want to take that 5 damage, be my guest. The 2 dervishes that I get off of these will probably spawn in a decent position to finish off that Staff of Akir. Now that he's backing off, next turn I can just slap down the Starfire Scarab. Because I'm hitting 5 mana instead, instead of 4. I'm hitting... sorry, goodness. I'm going to be hitting 5 mana, of course, before he does. When you're going second, one sort of meta thing you can do is to take the mana tiles as quickly as possible. Because you have a natural mana advantage going second. So as soon as you get these ramp possibilities off of the table, it allows you to naturally take over the game. Now, see, since we have this Wind Dervish here that's in a pretty useless spot, what we can do is just move it backwards and then develop the Starfire Scarab back here. We don't have to worry about Siphon Energy back here, and I can move 2 up and 2 down. I have access to the entire map now because I was able to play it on the center tile. Furthermore, we are... yeah. Gonna knock out that Staff of Akir, get some damage, and... do I want to stand my ground? I think we'll replace the Pyromancer, since I have a big blast unit set up already. Yeah, we'll break the Staff of Akir. Keep him pressured on this side. Because I have artillery now, and my own Staff of Akir. If I draw into Falcius, I'll still be able to mix it up here, get in the brawl, and really do some work with my general. And I don't mind being provoked. Him moving this Iron Dervish up still puts it, you know, in range, I would say, hopefully, of this Fireblaze Obelisk. Because I have them centralized like this, I can just back off. Ooh, Doomcaster. So the punch coming through. Luckily, the Starfire Scarab can hit and bail me out of this situation. That's unfortunate. So let's see here. Yeah, so mistake on my part. Walking into that frickin' dervish, holy moly. I think that's a bit of a misplay. I should have played the Fireblaze Obelisk first, obviously. And... maybe keep my HP up. Since I have the board control and a Starfire Scarab up, I don't mind hitting him, getting him a bit closer. Entropic Decay, that's fine. He just used 4 mana to take out my 3 mana card. Weakens my dervishes overall. You see now he's like trying to move towards the Starfire Scarab. I can just move down, and blast this. Not bad. If I get good spawns, I can take this out for free. Excellent. Let me see. 4, 6. Never mind. That's lethal. Ultra, mega, super lethal. One thing, too, is we've seen my opponents are playing Windstorm Obelisks, and when your dervishes have +1 HP, you can't do plays like that, where the dervish dies to the trade like that, and then opens up a pathway for the other dervish to come through and finish it off. Sometimes that does matter. So Windstorm Obelisk, you know, kind of lets you body block a little better with the dervishes that you spawn from your Bloodborne spell. But when you're going for that finisher with the dervishes, sometimes it can really screw you over. Because you can't make room.
Versus Vetruvian.
Black Army BRT. But ooh, we get a chance to see Kara in action. This is a really good spread, honestly. Opening up with the Fireblaze Obelisk naked, probably my best bet. It depends, because if he opens with Crystal Cloaker, then the Fireblaze Obelisk gets put in a really awkward situation. And then it dies to general attack plus cryogenesis, so I think I'd have to summon it in a really defensive spot so that it doesn't happen. And if I... And if I summon the Fireblaze Obelisk like here or here, then there's a chance that he could just double ramp. And then do something really nasty. It might be hard for me to deal with. So I think that we're going to have to bail on our original battle plan. Dang. You know what? Let's do this. What I'm banking on is, because now I have the Fireblaze Obelisk and the Dunecaster, I want the packs to do some work for me. Now what he could do is move forward with his general, kill the packs. There's a chance that the dervishes would just spawn and waste this mana. But we'll see how he decides to deal with this. Because if he kills the packs, then I get to use the dervishes immediately next turn. Bastion. Pretty cool. That's gonna hit the burr. And then it transforms into a 3/3. Stinky. So I want to start moving towards this Bastion and take it out, because that's going to become really problematic. Which one? Which one? This one, because the Psy is going to hit me, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to focus on trying to keep this board under control. Yeah, so that'll live to fight another day. The free dervish I get off the Fireblaze Obelisk, I might be willing to sacrifice. Lightbender, pretty sick. Alright, so that makes my decision a bit easier. I am going to be doing this, of course. Making that trade. And then we are also going to Dunecaster so we can make this trade. Okay, I like that a lot. What Kara's probably going to want to do is try to get onto this side of the board, right? Get that infiltrate going. Healing Mystic can trade possibly onto the Saberspine Tiger, so it kind of gets a 2-for-1, finishing off the Bastion and killing the Healing Mystic for us. If he wants to go over here and infiltrate, he can be my guest, because then I can just set up Starfire Scarabs and whatnot on this side. Do you want to take that 4 damage? It's to save the Lakian, obviously. Alright. Because Kinetic Surge was changed, I don't have to worry about him just walking here, creating distance from me, then building up a unit and building up and building up infinitely. So I can actually afford to create distance from Kara now, which is really weird to think about. I can get the free trade here, so I think that I'll mop this up. Snow Chaser can't touch me without crossing the center line. And then we will just do the... I'm a Shield Master, and do I want an Obelisk? Not really. So I guess we'll just summon a... get a Dervish set up. Because I can get the Obelisk, like, set up, but then the Snow Chaser just... You know what I mean? The Snow Chaser takes care of it for free. Because the Dervish spawns, kills the Snow Chaser, then he plays the Snow Chaser, and then I'm constantly just using the Dervish that I get to deal with the Snow Chaser while he beats up the Obelisk with his General. So it's kind of whatever. He is Vanar, so I do need to respect that. Playing the Starfire Scarab is going to be really risky because he could hit it with Aspect of the Fox or maybe Chromatic Cold. Hailstone Prison would kind of suck too. That's fine. So that eats a removal, and then are you going to trade the Snow Chaser is the real question. Yep, that's fine by me. So that's a minion I don't have to worry about going back to his hand. That's 3 damage that he wants to take. I'm down with that as well. Alright. So it looks like I can make this play. Nice. Summon the Iron Dervish. And then we strike. Got a nice little wall built here. I want you to stay infiltrated. I think getting the Fireblaze Obelisk is going to be a bit stronger. Because now I can just start spamming the Iron Dervishes to take him out. And I had to take that opportunity to kill the Grimmer War Master. Make use of the Dancing Blades. Entropic Decay would be kind of nice here. This is one of the few instances where you actually want to spell, because now he's got like this huge thing that's about to maul me. Actually, 3, 4, 5. I think I can kill him before the Draugr Lord actually becomes an issue. Ah. And we're healing the Fox Ravager because this way it'll survive Chromatic Cold. So pretty nice. I didn't get caught up in worrying about dealing with the Draugr Lord. I'm just going, because I have, you know, the body advantage right now, I'm just going to press that advantage and try to finish him off. And I'm just playing the Starfire Scarab here in melee range to keep him boxed in, and it survives a hit from the Draugr Lord. So this Starfire Scarab used to be a 4/7, right? I think so, and it was like... it was way too hard to deal with. 7 mana is like a really key breaking point for this game. Because a lot of hard removal is, you know, Phoenix Fire, Cryogenesis, right? They lower things down to be easier to trade with, but that like 7 HP just allows you to survive a lot more combinations of stuff. If you didn't have a Dispel for the Starfire Scarab, it would just go nuts on you. Ooh. Okay, Glacial Elemental Bone Shield. Come on, Dispelled Fireblaze Obelisk, take some of these pings for us. Be a pal. Oh my god. Healing Mystic and the Dervish taking those shots for us, keeping them boxed in. I think the Dream, well actually he was dead either way. All 3 of those pings would have had to go to the Starfire Scarab. Yep, and the Gravity Well doesn't help either because the Starfire Scarab just hits him. Well played. But we get to see some wall synergy coming out there towards the end. But, hoo boy. Yeah, so we're climbing. We're climbing. And you can see with these decks that we're creating here on Budget Hero, you can do some serious damage. You can make some crazy plays. Yeah, that one actually worked out a lot better than I thought it would. We win some, we lose some, but I think that our wins were very, very convincing. And you can make this deck a lot better if you're investing Spirit directly into Vetruvian. You know, throwing in a Mara Healer, right? Maybe cut a Primus Shield Master and put in a Mara Healer. We saw that Siphon Energy can still get you out of some sticky situations. But maybe even cut a Dunecaster. Maybe having 3 Dunecasters is a bit greedy. But I think with packs giving you so many Iron Dervishes to work with, alongside our others, I think the Dunecaster's just right. But that is all the time that we have for today. I hope that this Vetruvian deck will allow you new players to really see that the nerf to Siphon Energy isn't too big a deal, because you can just stomp your opponent's face in before they have a chance to play anything that's worth dealing with. You have a good one, and I'll see you next time.